So this is just a quick video I wanted to show you guys just for further clarification on the traditional bridle horse training headgear process. Traditionally speaking, a snaffle bit was never part of the making of a traditional bridle horse, but it would go as follows. This is a starting Hackamore. Notice it's really big around and it's probably pretty stiff. And tied on for the reins is a Makati that ideally is the same diameter as the Hackamore. This is what most of the horses, this is what all of his foundation training will be in, and what most of his refinement training will be in. Horse may be in a Hackamore from all the way up to a year, and sometimes even more. Now a year, depending on how often you ride your horse. In the old days, the guys would be supplied horses when they went to work for a ranch, so they'd have one for each day of the week to keep from wearing any horse out because they rode a lot. So when they say that a horse, that it takes 6 years to make a bridle horse, that's only riding that horse 1 time a week or 4 times a month. So you do the math. But just figure bare minimum of 90 rides in this. Then he moves on to the 2-rein. Now, notice here it's a smaller diameter Hackamore, smaller diameter Makati, and now he has the bit. Now, for at least 3 months, what would be, let's see, for at least 15 rides or so, or probably a lot longer to be safe. Figure go another 30 to 60 rides with the bit just hanging, not even picking up the reins that are connected to the bit. You're still riding your horse off of the Hackamore, because remember, you've already educated him and his nose about what the feel means when you want him to stop, back up, turn, or whatever. So his nose is educated. His mouth, however, is not. Purpose of the 2-rein is to transfer what you've taught his nose down to his mouth. So by riding in the 2-rein and going for a month or two without ever picking up a bridle rein, you allow him to just simply carry the bridle. You allow him to learn to pick it up and to carry it and hold on to it with his tongue. And then, well, we won't even go to the finished yet. Well, then over time you would begin relying less on the nose and begin using more of the mouth. So hence, transfer what you've taught his nose into his mouth. And we'll go to a different drawing in a second to demonstrate that. This is the final product. This is the finished bridle horse. This is when you no longer need the Hackamore. Granted, you still see a very small one. This would be what you might call, depending on your region, a get-down Hackamore. And notice it is only one single piece of rope. And this goes up and would tuck into the rider's belt and serve only as a lead rope. So when you got down, you weren't leading your horse by the reins or by the bit. So now, here it is once again. Here's a horse that's in the Hackamore in the green stages. And now this is a horse that had just entered into the 2-rein phase. Notice the rider would have his reins adjusted to where when he picked up, the first thing he would pull on is the nose, not the mouth. See the adjustment of the reins there? Now let's skip forward, 30 rides or so. Now notice he's got it 50-50. 50% of the pull is on the nose and 50% on the mouth. Now let's skip forward another few months. I can get it to focus without the glare. There we go. Now notice this horse is still in the 2-rein, but he's riding what looks like mostly 100% on the bridle. But if the horse gets lost, or if the horse needs a little more firmness, if he's pushing through the stop or something, if the horse needs to be corrected, he'll correct the horse with the Hackamore. He'll use any more than just 1 or 2 pounds of pressure. If he ever needed to use more than 1 or 2 pounds, he would then immediately go to the hackamore to do it with, as to preserve the mouth and keep it light and sensitive. And now we go on to the finished bridle horse. You see, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. He's riding him completely on the bit. He doesn't even need the hackamore reins for backup as a just in case. This horse is done with his training. Notice the get down rope. Now this rider has just tied the get down around the neck and then got it tied to the saddle right there. His lead tied to the saddle here. So when he got down, he would simply readjust this knot and make the loop around the neck smaller, and he would slide it up to here, and that's how he would lead his horse. In the old days, having your get down tied like this signified that you didn't do many things on the ground. It was kind of a sign of, like, I do everything on my horse because I'm a horseman, one of those kind of deals. It's more of a sophisticated way, I guess you might say, to do your get down rope. And well, that's about all I can think of to say about this. Let's see. Here's a pair of Rommel reins. This is just a picture of them, but this is a pair of Rommel reins, and these are braided rawhide reins, and these are specifically designed to work with a traditional bridle bit, such as what would be on either one of the horses that we've seen in this video.